Okay, here's the problem. Here's a Vanguard patio door handle. These patio door handles all have difficulties with this knob here. After a while, you try to turn this knob to open the lock and it stops working. And the reason for that is that there's a little plastic piece up here which is connected to the knob, and the pivot point always breaks. Doesn't take much. If you try to open it a little bit with too much force and take it too far beyond the point where it's supposed to open, then it's going to break. So that's the problem. Now, the Vanguard handle like this, these things are expensive to replace. And when you want to replace one of these, you have to buy the whole thing. The lock, the hasp, the keeper, and the inside and outside handles, when all you really need is this inside handle part. And to make matters worse, these handles are left hand and right hand. This one's a right hand. You can tell by just looking at the, on the inside here, it's noted whether it's left or right. And if you want to get a new handle, you have to specify whether it's left or right. But there is a way to fix this problem if you don't mind changing the handle. The Vanguard handle uses a common industry standard bolt spacing of 3 and 15/16 from center to center of these bolts. So you can replace this whole Vanguard assembly with one of these more common patio door handles, which uses a 3 and 15/16 center to center distance. This is just one example. There are probably at least a dozen different kinds of patio door handles that have that same 3 and 15/16 dimension. And you can see here that the whole pattern on this handle lines up with the bolt on the old Vanguard handle. Plus, you're going to have a thumb turn to actuate the lock, which is much more robust and strong than this thumb turn on the old Vanguard, which breaks all the time. So that's one way to get around it. This handle may not be as fancy looking as the Vanguard one, but of course it's a lot less expensive too. Right now, these things are selling on Amazon, the Vanguard handles, I believe for close to $100 US for the complete set, when all you need is, when it breaks, is just the inside handle. Something like this might be $30 or something around that price range. The last thing to consider with replacing a Vanguard with one of these more standard patio door handles is the type of lock you have. Some of the Vanguards come with this double locking 2-point lock, but not every Vanguard handle uses that. Some of them also use the single point lock. This is a Primeline E2014, and this is the Vanguard 2-point lock. But you can replace this same 2-point lock. Works fine with this handle, with this new handle, because again, the hole spacing for these two locks is identical. It's just that the holes, if you lined up where the key goes to actuate the lock, and you see the hole locations are the same. The only difference is sometimes this lock, the 1-point lock may be upside down. It may be installed in this orientation, or it may be in this orientation, but it still works either way. So that's what you can do if you've got one of these broken Vanguard patio door locks with the thumb turn not working anymore. There's no reason. You can always replace it with the original equipment, but just bear in mind that you have to buy all this, even though you only need the inside handle. That's the only part that's broken. But you can replace it with one of these. So it's much cheaper, and it works with both the kinds of locks that you'll see that being used with the Vanguard, and it'll certainly actually works better for this application, because the actuating lever is much simpler, and there's really not much to break there. So I hope this helps.